Hello everyone, welcome back to Dollar Moat. Today we will be discussing Tesserent, ASX TNT. Tesserent is a cybersecurity company that has been rapidly changing and adapting. They also plan to continue to expand. They currently have a market cap of 370 million and fit squarely within the small cap world. They have grown quite quickly in terms of financials and revenue run rate. They currently have a revenue run rate of 100 million and expect a revenue run rate of $150 million plus by the end of FY 2021. As a result, I thought it would be useful to take a deep dive into Tesserent and really outline what they do. This will help in the future when they continue to expand and change, as we will have a strong base of understanding. Tesserent is the holding company for a growing number of companies. Namely, these companies include Rivian, Heirloom, Pure Security, North, IQ3, Ludus, C Security, and Lateral Security, noting that Lateral Security is a New Zealand company. That is, they have made a recent acquisition into New Zealand. Tesserent mainly serves the mid-market organizations all the way up to ASX 100, as well as has strong relationships with serving the government. Their goal is to be a cyber 360 firm where they can provide end-to-end cyber services to a client. That is, they want to be the cyber firm that can provide all the needs of a client. This is their one-stop shop agenda and their security as a service offering. They have recently become EBITDA positive, and their upcoming cash flow report is expected to further reflect this. So it will be a good idea to keep an eye out on this cash flow report to see if a company is hitting its milestones. Tesserent mainly targets three markets, which are the Australian government. This represents approximately 50% of group revenue. Critical infrastructure, health, and energy. This represents approximately 20% of revenue, as well as industry plus financial services. This represents approximately 30% of group revenue. So just to repeat, 50%, 20%, and 30%. Tesserent has three main offerings, namely consulting services, products, as well as their monitor and manage. Consulting services includes cyber architecture analysis, as well as awareness and security training to clients. This also includes assurance services, so this includes pen testing. That is, attempting to break into the client system to identify potential weaknesses. Obviously, this will then subsequently involve attempting to resolve any issues in the system that has been identified. The second offering is their products and solutions. However, most of their products are simply reselling of third-party product providers. This is obviously not ideal as it does not create any stickiness or sustain a competitive advantage with Tesserent. However, management has consistently stated that they are interested in developing their own products. This is to give them some intellectual property and some competitive advantage, as well as acting as a barrier to entry for clients to change. The third offering is monitor and manage. This involves 24/7 monitoring and managing of the client's system. This is recurring revenue. This is recurring revenue and is currently sitting at about $30 million. In terms of a margin, this offering is sitting at approximately 45%. Due to this, Tesserent is obviously over time trying to push the monitor and manage system as their main offering, as it is not only high margin but also very scalable. That is, one can add additional clients to the monitor and manage service without attracting significant cost. This, in a nutshell, are the main three offerings of Tesserent, and all the companies that they have acquired fit under these categories. It will also be good to look at the tailwinds of Tesserent as a company and the industry that they operate in. There are quite long term and possibly structural tailwinds in the cybersecurity industry, namely through the current government focus in their 2020 cybersecurity strategy, the prevalence of everything becoming digitized, and the increase in adoption of a remote and digital workforce due to COVID. This general tailwind is adequately summarized in the government's cybersecurity report. I'll be extracting key information from this report since it is worth knowing. Cybersecurity is at the heart of the transition to a digital society. Cybersecurity is a key pillar in ensuring a trusted and secure digital economy, giving confidence to all participants and allowing businesses to prosper and thrive. The rapid and widespread uptake of digital technology by households and businesses following the COVID-19 pandemic underscores the importance of digital technology as an economic enabler. Millions of Australians are working from home, staying connected through apps and using essential digital services such as telehealth. As a result, the Australian government has invested 1.67 billion over 10 years in order to achieve their vision of a cyber secure environment. Their vision in particular is outlined in this image. Namely, this shows that the government strategy will be relying on the actions by three key actors, which are the government, businesses, as well as the general community. It is the actions by the businesses that will be the future growth area of Tesserent, as well as, of course, when the government department themselves are clients, from them as well. If you look at the themes, the three main offerings Tesserent provides essentially covers all the themes. This is good news. It should also be noted that the interaction between the government and business will not operate in silos, and there will be a lot of guidance, I suspect, from the government. This is reflected in the following paragraphs, which I will read out loud. The Australian government has a very important part to play in cybersecurity. It cannot protect all of cyberspace, but it will create an environment where everyone knows what role they play and what the rules of the road are, including through legislation where necessary. This will allow businesses and the community to achieve greater national cybersecurity resilience so Australia can take advantage of the opportunities of an increasingly digital economy. The second paragraph is noted here, and I'll also read that aloud. The Australian government will also work with businesses to consider legislative changes that set a minimum cybersecurity baseline across the economy. This consultation will consider multiple reform options, including the role of privacy, consumer and data protection laws, duties for company directors and other business entities, obligations on manufacturers of internet connected devices. So, what do these paragraphs actually mean? They suggest that the government will be providing guidance and possibly legislative reform to, at the very least, provide the minimum cybersecurity threshold businesses should maintain. If this reform will occur is up to debate. I suspect that most businesses will recognize that if they do not improve their cybersecurity, reform will occur. So, in that regard, I suspect that they would rather have control on the process and try to improve their security before it is mandated by legislation. Either way, either through business agreement or government regulation, the impact of this is that it transforms cybersecurity from a technology risk to a business issue. This means that it is not in the domain of IT professionals, but also business managers and the boardroom. This is a key change and a very strong tailwind for the industry. With that said, this is an in-depth view of Tesserent, ASX, TNT. It will be exciting to see how they progress in the future and what their strategic direction will be, particularly in the context of further acquisitions. Let me know if you have any different or additional views on Tesserent.